Hello students, hope you are all staying safe by staying at home. And as some of you might be already aware, today the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, ICAI, has given a very important announcement, that is on the 15th of June 2020, related to the examinations that are supposed to be conducted commencing from 29th July onwards. And it has mentioned about various concerns expressed by students and parents about the likelihood of spurt in COVID-19, availability of examination centers, etc. And keeping those concerns in mind, the ICAI has given an option to the students to provide an opt-out option to the students. So the option given here is to opt out of the examinations that are supposed to be commencing from 29th of July. But at the same time, ICAI also made it clear, even if one student wishes to appear the examination also, they will conduct the exams. So with this announcement, almost we can say the ICAI has pushed the ball into the students' court, where students have to decide whether they are willing to write the exams in July or not. But there is a catch point here, that is the time period that is available for taking this decision of opting out is only 4 days, that is between 17th of June to 20th of June. So only within these 4 days the students can exercise their option to not attempt the examinations in July. Rather, by opting out, they are communicating to the institute that they will write the exams in November 2020. However, whatever the exam fees that they have paid for the May 2020 exams will be carried forward to November 2020 also. If they have any exemptions, they will be carried forward also. So as good as for all practical purposes, for those people who have opted out, the May 2020 exams will be treated as cancelled or not counted. So it will not be counted in the total number of attempts that a student can take as well. So these are all, we can say, kind of benefits that are offered to those students who wish to opt out. But what about those students who do not wish to opt out? For them, it has been mentioned that ICAI is, of course, committed to conduct the exams in July. However, the conduct of examinations commencing from 29th July 2020 will be strictly dependent upon the government's advisories, which means if the government advisories are against the conduct of exam, then ICAI may take a decision of cancelling the examinations. Then it will be its decision, whereas opting out is the student's decision. So this is the crux of communication in this important announcement that has been made today, the 15th of June 2020. Now naturally there will be dilemma, there will be questions and doubt whether to opt out, not to opt out, which is better, which is not better. This is a quite understandable complex situation, I can say, that the students are in after this announcement. So what I would like to do is, After understanding the key announcements of this notification, let us analyze the various possibilities and come to a rational conclusion rather than any arbitrary conclusion, or I would say spontaneous conclusion. So it has to be a decision, definitely yes, but it has to be a well thought after decision, not just okay, opt out option is given, so I will opt out. Option is given does not mean immediately you have to jump and take it. This is not some golden opportunity that is just knocking our doors, something like that. But the way this 4 days time period is given, it indirectly puts some kind of pressure on the student's thought process, because the window to opt out is very short. But that's what they have given, so we can't help it. But what we can do is definitely think about the pros and cons of this decision, whether to opt out or not. So we are at a particular junction, we can say we have to take a decision now, and this decision could be only two. There are only two possibilities. One, we will opt out. One is opt out. One is no opt out. Means don't opt out. So if we opt out, what are the consequences? If we don't opt out, what are the consequences? Let us quickly go through them. First point, if we opted out, what is the reason behind opting it out? Is it because there is only a 4 days time period? If I have to take a decision in rush, so I will take it. Or is it because I don't want to take the pressure of corona also and exam also at the same time? Or is it because I want to postpone my responsibilities to future? Rather, I would say running away from the responsibilities, and rather than facing the challenge, we escape from the challenge. That is also another possibility of thought why somebody would opt out. Irrespective of the reason behind opting it out, what happens? What is the consequence of opting out? Consequence of opting out is definitely there are certain benefits that will be extended to these people. Benefits definitely are that is the responsibility of ICA, and they have guaranteed such benefits to the students. One is to carry forward the examination fees that would have been already paid for May 2020 exams. That examination fees is one factor, and exemptions will be carried forward also. And this attempt of May 2020 or July 2020 will not be counted at all. So it will be as good as null and void. So this exam is considered to be null and void. So this is what happens if we opt out, as far as the notification is concerned. But how it will impact us, or how it will impact the students? See, first of all, we were supposed to write the exams in May because of the corona virus and the COVID pandemic. We could not do that. That got extended to June 1st. Then the exams got further postponed to July, which is rightly so done. But definitely what happened because of this is we have got additional time for preparation, which hopefully any serious CS student will use productively. 100%, 80%, 70%, that definitely differs from student to student. But definitely this period of time which is available for more thorough preparation and revision should have been ideally used productively by CS students. So definitely we have been on a reasonably upward graph so far. Again, how it is it like this? Could be there for somebody, or is it like very flat but still reasonable? Could be there for somebody, but possibly, definitely there has been a upward graph in our commitment, preparation, effort, level of confidence, knowledge. So these are all on the rise. They are definitely rising. How steeply they are rising, again, as I said, that changes from student to student. But generally it is what is happening. We have been using this time productively. So once we opt out, what happens? What certainly happens is this will first of all come down. So there will be a huge dip in our commitment, and there will be a huge reduction in the vigor with which we are already preparing and revising for the upcoming examinations. So this is certain. This has no exceptions. In general, 99.9% of the cases, once you have opted out now, our mind will always tell us, oh, still November is a far off situation. So right now, we don't have to continue our preparation. So we will relax. So what this will do, if we opt out, is basically, I would say, first it will create this dip. This dip is created by that. And second, it will convert the preparation days to holidays. So preparation days are going to become holidays. Means from productive time to unproductive time, we will shift. That's what is going to happen if we opt out now. These are all the impacts of or consequences of opting out, we can say. Benefits, whatever the benefits are given by ICAI, those are the only benefits. Only thing is exam fees will be carried forward, exemptions will be carried forward, exam attempt will not be counted, that's all. Those are the benefits. But what is the other side of it? What are the negative effects of that is this huge dip in our commitment and conversion of preparation days to holidays and conversion of productive time to unproductive time or less productive time. This is for sure going to happen if we opt out. That is the decision and its consequences. Now, let us come to the second one. Okay, we did not opt out. We said no opt out. We don't opt out. So that is another possibility. That is another decision where we started. But even then, even if we don't opt out also, even though we continued our preparation with all the vigor and commitment we always had, still there is a possibility for ICAI to cancel the exams. Because exams are going to be conducted only if all the conditions outside are congenial for conducting. If the government says, or any government or authorities will tell that no, don't conduct the exams, then ICAI might have to cancel the exams. But note this point very clearly. If ICAI cancels this, if ICAI cancels these exams, then also you will get all the benefits of opting out. So those people who opted out, whatever the benefits they would have got, same things. Carry forward of exam fees, exemptions, considering this as a null and void attempt, is not at all counted for number of attempts like that. All those things will be extended to us also if ICAI cancels those exams. So we don't have to worry that we are missing out some opportunity now by not opting out. So opting out, if it is considered as an opportunity, we missed that opportunity. Like that, we don't have to worry. Because all those positive points of opt-out will be applicable to every student if ICAI cancels the exams. If it cancels, of course, when it will cancel, if at all, if the conditions are not congenial. Let us take another possibility. Conditions are congenial and ICAI conducts the exam, not cancels, but conduct the exams. Yes, that is possible. But that is also having two possibilities. ICAI conducts the exam, though the conditions are not very good, which is rare possibility, but just imaginary. The conditions are not good. Outside conditions are not good. Then we are not talking now. We are talking about, let us say, 29th of July onwards. But we know the conditions are not good. It is not safe to write the exams. That is possible. Or the conditions are already good. There is no problem with them. Conditions are good. And ICAI is conducting the exams. Now let us take these two options. ICAI conducts the exam. It has decided to conduct the exam. Government has no objections for that. ICAI is very much committed because they already said they will conduct exams for even one student. Such a brave, bold statement when they already made, they will conduct the exams as usual. Even though, let us say, the conditions are not good. I'm not telling they will, they might. If they conduct, but conditions are not good, then it is our choice whether to write those exams or not. We can take that choice then, after 29th of July. We don't have to take that choice now, on 15th or 17th or 20th of June. But what happens with that? We will lose these whatever benefits of exam fees, carry forward and all. Yes, we lose that. But if you compare the health, safety and life of a person with exam fees or one exemption, number of attempts, definitely the life and health and safety of a person is more important. So if at all we take a decision of not writing the exams, then, because if we think that the conditions are not good, then that would be definitely after evaluating really the safety conditions outside. If there are conditions really not safe, then we might take a decision of not writing the exams, but that can be taken then. What we lose there? Definitely we lose exam fees. But once again, look at the probability of this. Conditions are not good. Still I say conducting exam. That itself is a less probability. But even then, in spite of all these minute probable things, if it really so happens, definitely we will weigh our safety, health and life more than any examination attempt. No doubt about it. We will definitely take that call then. And then we definitely should not care about one exam fees or other things, which become smaller when compared to the life, health and bigger things like that. So that is one possible scenario. Another possible scenario is that conditions are good. I say conducts the exams, then we write the exams. Definitely. That's what we are waiting for, right? We will write the exams. We have been preparing for that from months and months together. We are aspiring to write those exams. And the conditions are good. I say is conducting exam. That's what we want. So when we got all the things that we wanted, what is the problem in that? So when we take a decision here, from this to this to this, we have taken all the positive things only. We have not opted out. I say conducts the exam, conditions are good. That's what we want. Best possible scenario. What else we want? So if that happens, we don't need to worry about it. So this is definitely the best possible scenario. But worst possible scenario is what? We have not opted out, but ICAI still conducts the exam, but conditions are not good outside. But then we don't write the exam. That is the only worst possible scenario where we have to take a call on exam is more important or safety is more important. That is the really worst possible scenario, which hopefully should not and will not happen. But even then, there is nothing that we are losing. Only thing is, those people who opted out will have these benefits. We might not have those benefits. That is still fine. We can take that. Because once again, life is more important. So at that point in time, we don't have to regret the decision of not opting out. We have done our part. We have been committed. Whatever we are supposed to do, everything we have done. All preparation is there, ready for exams. Exams, if they are conducted, ready to go, write and pass. With that positive attitude, we are there. If the outside conditions are not supporting, we don't have to feel bad about it. What I meant to say, we have to just accept that then. If it was the harsh reality, if we have to face that harsh reality in future. If not, then it is not a harsh reality. It is what we want. Outside conditions are good. ICAI conducts exams. We write the exams. We pass the exams. So we saved attempt to attempt if we calculate a 6 months time, which is one of the important time periods in anybody's overall career. So that much advantage definitely is there here in this writing the exam option. But on the other side, if ICAI itself cancels the exam, we are not losing anything. That is a point to be identified. Because all the benefits that opt-out students will get, if ICAI cancels the exams, they will also get. So there is nothing we are losing by not opting out. But if we don't opt out, we have a possibility of this scenario. If we don't opt out, we have a possibility of this positive optimistic scenario where we will become victorious in the exams because we already had sufficient time to prepare, revise, and that we have used it to our advantage. So definitely this is something which looks good as a possibility, but that possibility is there, cannot be ruled out. Whereas there is nothing that we are losing if we don't opt out also, because this possibility or opting out possibility both are same. So keeping these things in mind, if we opt out, there are a lot of cons. So whenever we take a decision, we have to take decision on the basis of pros and cons of each possibility. Let us say if we opt out, what are the pros? Only these things. Exam fees is the only thing that looks like a big advantage in that. Other than that, there is nothing much. But cons, yes, so many are there. Our tempo, our vigor will get a huge dip, and we will actually, I would say, put all the effort that what we have done so far to a waste exercise. So that much of cumulative effort that we have put so far will become unproductive. That is the biggest cons of opting out. And this dip is dangerous. Now, what is the danger of this dip? Now we are going well, okay, reasonably well, fantastic, that changes, but we are going well. Once we opt out, definitely the commitment levels will take a big dip. The problem with this is when it will go up once again in future, that becomes a big question mark. So we are going to deal with a huge uncertainty in the rising of the dip once again in future. That uncertainty is there. But what is certain? Dip is certain. So the wrong thing is certain. The right thing is uncertain. How can that be a good option? How can that be a better decision? Definitely not. But on the other side, if we don't opt out, if we continue to prepare as we have been preparing, then we will avoid that dip. We will use the time productively. We will use the time for preparation and revision, not as holidays. And if the conditions are all congenial and ICAI conducts the exam, we will write them and pass them also. That is the positive thing, pro advantage we can say of not opting out. now. And anyway, if we don't opt out and ICAI itself cancels the exam, it is not in our hands. We don't have to worry about it. What if it does? What if it does not do? Why should we speculate? That is none of our business. What is our job is to prepare well, revise well, and be ready for exams. We have done our job. That is the satisfaction that we derive from this decision of not opting out. And the preparation that we do in these days, with what mindset we are going to do the preparation, with the mindset that ICAI is going to conduct exams and the conditions are going to be congenial. All positive mindset we are going to prepare. If we do that and we are ready, up and ready for the examinations, then even in the worst case scenario, if the exams are not conducted, the preparation that we have done with a vigor will have a better consolidation effect, and that will be accumulated for the next time preparation or revision. That makes the next time revision, next time preparation much easier. But if we drop it now, if we drop the effort now, we enter into a huge dip, and that dip, when it will rise in future, becomes a big uncertainty. We should not enter into that risk. That's what I mean to say. Let it happen whatever happens. Whatever the things which are not in our control, let us not think about them at all. Let us focus on the things what are in our hands. So excellence is not about being the best. Excellence is about doing the best. So if we do the best from our part, if ICAI conducts exam, does not conduct exam, what will be the conditions? These are all the things that future will tell us. When it comes, we can just respond to them accordingly. We don't have to be in a hurry to take this decision of opting out, which is not going to give us any extra benefit. At the same time, going to cause us the harm of creating this huge dip. So, what is the conclusion we can draw from this? There are definitely many cons for opting out option. There are many pros for not opting out. And are all the pros in not opting out going to be possible? Will they happen? That we are uncertain. But still, we are hoping for that possibility of writing the exam and passing the exam, which is the positive attitude we should carry. And that is what CA students are made of. The toughness to face challenges, not to run away from challenges, not to hide when the situation is bad. So keeping that in mind, I would strongly advise everybody not to opt out at this time. Actually, it is not an action, it is an inaction that is required now. Opting out is an action. You have to actually fill a form for that. You have to communicate specially that I am opting out. For not opting out, you don't have to do anything. Just continue to do the good work what we are already doing. Continue to do the preparation and revision what we are already doing. And just be ready for the exams in the mindset. Whether the exams will be really conducted or not, we don't have to break our minds with those thoughts. Simply because the answer we don't know. What is the point of thinking about a particular aspect for the answer of which we don't know? We will end up thinking only. Entire time will be wasted on that, and it makes us literally very unproductive. So don't think about these all futuristic uncertainties. Focus on present day. Currently what we are doing, how we are utilizing the time, how we are becoming productive day by day. Are we improving or not? Are we ready for the exams if they are conducted as scheduled or not? These are the things we have to keep in mind. If the exams are not conducted as scheduled, let it be. We'll accept the fact. That will be better. That will also be bad. But what we can do? That has to be accepted. But why should we accept it now? If the bitterness comes to us, then we accept it. That makes sense. But I will take a bitter pill now only, without the need of it, by losing an opportunity of having a sweet pill, that is success, I think is not a wise decision. So, once again, my strong advice is don't opt out for these examinations. you just be silent and continue to do the good work. I know it is definitely a stressful time. Everybody understands that, because we are not just facing one challenge of exams, we are facing multiple challenges, social, family wise, psychologically, health wise, and exams. Yes, it is the tough situation. We understand that. Everybody understands that. But the point is, we are supposed to be tougher in tough situations. If the situation is tough, we will become tougher. With these situations only, we become tougher. And we become better and better. We become more strong. And that takes us to better productivity and better results. Ultimately, the sweetness of success, if we get it, when we write those exams and pass those exams, cannot be compared with this escapism of opting out. So if we weigh these two options together, and if I was a student, also I would have thought like this, with a proper rational approach of what are the positives and negatives of both the decisions, and not opting out definitely looks like a more rational, practical, and positive decision, I would say. Not opting out is a positive decision. Opting out is a symbol of escapism at this point of time. So to sum it up, if ICA has thrown the ball to our court, saying that you tell us whether you want to write exams or not, what we should do is we just be quiet, which automatically means we are ready to write the exam. We don't have to opt out. And then we are indirectly telling ICA, are you conducting exam or not? So when they throw the ball at the court of the students, definitely the students can throw the ball to the ICA court also by being silent, just by continuing the good work what we are already doing. That itself is an indirect communication that yes, as CA students, we are all tough enough to accept this challenge and we are ready to face it. That communication will be strong, and that is going to be definitely useful for the ICAI's decision making process also. That is why from the student side, I would suggest, don't opt out, just continue with the good work. No need to take any hurried decision in the allotted 4 days of window period. There is nothing like that. No need to be in hurry. So with all the, I would say, understanding and a logical thought process, you should take a correct decision. Right decision at right time is important. And here in this particular case, action is not required. Inaction itself is a decision. We just be quiet and continue with what we are doing. We don't have to take any action, and we just ignore that notification of opting out and whatever it is. So don't waste time on thinking about this notification in loops. Come out with a solution, and I tried my best to give you a way of how to think while taking any decision, and this decision also is not an exception. So with this logical process of decision making, I hope you all take a good rational decision, a positive and practical decision at the right time, that is now. And once again, decision now is not to take any decision is the decision. Just inaction is the action now. So don't just give too much of importance to this notification is what I would like to suggest at this point in time. And whatever happens in the future, let us not worry about it. Let us not keep that in mind. Let us worry about what we are doing and what we can do, what we will do, and what we can achieve. So it is what about us, not about the entire world, which is not in our hands. So focus on internal strengths and internal weaknesses. And whenever there is an opportunity, we tackle that. And if there is a threat, we face that. and overcome that. That is the kind of thought process which we should have and we should continue to have. Okay, with that, I would conclude this session, and we'll meet up once again with any other topic that is required as far as the examinations and other things are concerned. Any doubts or any questions or any thought process related stuck-ups, I hope will be clarified with this video. And if not also, you give it a thought yourselves, but give a logical thought, not a instantaneous reactionary thought. Think about it logically and come to a very good decision of not opting out is what I suggest. Fine. Thank you very much for your time, and all the best, all the very best for your examinations. Bye-bye.